The story opens with Alex Miller sitting in his dimly lit apartment, staring at a glowing laptop screen. The headline of a niche horror blog jumps out at him. Cult horror film Dark Harvest gains resurgence after cast member's death. His heart pounds as he scrolls through photos of the cast, faces from a decade ago, now distant memories. The article details the mysterious death of Sarah Hastings, a former co-star. Alex's chest tightens as he reads the eerie details. Sarah's body was found in her apartment, burned in a fire caused by a malfunctioning space heater, exactly how her character died in Dark Harvest. Before Alex can process it, his phone buzzes. It's an invitation from Mia Blake, the most successful of the cast. The text is simple, but loaded. 10-year reunion. Everyone's coming. We need to talk about Sarah. Against his better judgment, Alex agrees. Alex arrives at a sprawling, isolated mansion rented by Mia. The house radiates unease despite its opulence. The once close group has fractured over the years, and awkwardness fills the air as they greet each other. Mia Blake, now a Hollywood starlet, plays the perfect hostess, though her smile never reaches her eyes. Jason Carter, a failed comedian, deflects the tension with poorly timed jokes that only highlight his insecurities. Lila Warren, a withdrawn artist, watches everyone like she's still deciding whether to bolt. Evan Clark, the enigmatic director, is the last to arrive, stepping in like a ghost from their past. His sudden reappearance after years of silence draws immediate suspicion. As the night progresses, the conversation inevitably turns to Sarah. Jason, emboldened by whiskey, jokes about the curse of Dark Harvest. He points out that 2 other castmates have also died over the years, their fates eerily mirroring their on-screen deaths. Uneasy laughter follows, but Alex notices the looks of fear they're all trying to mask. Evan interrupts the group, his voice low and serious. "I brought something you'll want to see," he says, producing an old film reel. It's the uncut version of Dark Harvest, with deleted scenes none of them had ever seen. Reluctantly, they gather in the mansion's private screening room. The opening credits roll, and nostalgia washes over them until the first death scene plays. It's too detailed, too real. They watch in stunned silence as every death is reimagined in more grotesque, hyper-realistic ways. Alex's stomach churns when his character appears on screen. In the film, his on-screen death involves suffocating under falling dirt in a shallow grave. But this version is different. His character pauses, looks directly at the camera, and whispers, "You can't escape your script." The lights flicker, the screen cuts to static, and then the room plunges into darkness. The group brushes off the flickering lights as a power glitch, but tension is high. Jason jokes nervously, "Guess I'm next on the chopping block," trying to dispel the unease, but no one laughs. Later that night, Jason heads to the kitchen for a midnight snack. Alone in the dim light of the fridge, he starts to choke on a bite of food. He coughs violently, grabbing at his throat, but it's no use. He collapses to the floor, gasping desperately. When the others find him the next morning, his lifeless body is sprawled on the floor. The cause of death? Asphyxiation. Exactly how his character died in the movie. Jason's death throws the group into chaos. Mia tries to calm everyone, insisting it's a coincidence, but Lila spirals into panic, convinced the movie's curse is real. Evan, detached and analytical, suggests they stay together and investigate further, but Alex explodes, demanding answers. "Why the hell are we still here? We need to leave," Alex shouts, his voice cracking. But as they argue, Lila points out something chilling. The deaths have happened in the same order as their characters' deaths in the movie. That means she's next. Alex locks eyes with Mia. "This isn't a curse," he says, his voice grim. "Someone's doing this, and we need to find out who." The camera lingers on Lila's pale face as the screen cuts to black. The mansion is in chaos after Jason's death. Lila barricades herself in her room, trembling as she sketches erratic, haunting images of her own on-screen death, drowning in a pool of blood. She refuses to come out, convinced that her time is near. Meanwhile, Alex takes charge, pressing Evan for answers. "You're the director. You had final say on every shot. Why are there scenes in the uncut version we've never seen before?" Evan's response is cryptic. "I only directed what I was told to. There's more to this film than you think." As they argue, Mia suggests contacting the authorities, but when they check their phones, none of them have service. The mansion's landline is dead, and the nearest neighbors are miles away. It's clear, they're cut off. Lila's screams shatter the fragile calm. The group rushes to her room and finds her clutching a piece of paper. It's the original script for Dark Harvest, which had been hidden under her bed. She points out a horrifying detail. New lines have appeared, written in crimson ink, describing their real-time actions. "It's rewriting itself," she whispers, her voice trembling. The group reads their own names, each followed by the gruesome details of their impending deaths. Alex's line makes him go pale. Buried alive, the dirt suffocating his final scream. Before they can process it, the lights flicker again. Lila shrieks, backing toward the window. "I'm not going to die like this," she cries, but as she moves, the glass behind her shatters. A rush of unseen force propels her forward, and she tumbles out into the courtyard below. The group rushes outside, but it's too late. Lila is sprawled in a rapidly spreading pool of blood, exactly as her character had died in the film. With two of them dead, paranoia consumes the remaining cast members. Mia accuses Evan of orchestrating the deaths. "You're the only one who hasn't been targeted yet. You've always been obsessed with control. Maybe this is your sick masterpiece." Evan denies it, but his aloof demeanor only deepens the group's mistrust. "I didn't write the original script," he says. "I was brought in after it was already completed. You think this is my masterpiece? Someone, or something else, is pulling the strings." Mia turns to Alex, who has been quietly unraveling. "What about you? You've been acting weird since the beginning." She presses him, and Alex snaps. "You think I want this? I'm just trying to survive." But it's clear the group is fracturing. Suspicion festers, and no one knows who or what to trust. Alex searches the mansion, desperate for clues. In the basement, he stumbles across an old reel-to-reel projector with a stack of labeled tapes. One catches his eye. Behind the scenes, Dark Harvest. He plays the tape, and the flickering images on the screen make his blood run cold. The footage shows the cast during filming, but there's something off. Shadows move unnaturally, whispering voices fill the background, and the crew members seem to avoid looking directly at the camera. In one chilling scene, the original writer of Dark Harvest, a reclusive screenwriter named Martin Vance, is shown arguing with someone off-screen. "I didn't want this," Vance shouts. "This isn't my script anymore. You've twisted it." The voice responding is low and guttural, barely human. "The story demands sacrifices." The tape ends abruptly. Alex stumbles back, realizing the script was never ordinary. It was cursed from the start. The writer's fate remains unknown, but Alex suspects the worst. Upstairs, Mia isolates herself, trying to devise a plan to escape. She rifles through her suitcase, pulling out a small handgun. "If this thing is coming for me," she mutters, "I'm going down fighting." The others find her pacing the living room, the gun clutched tightly in her hand. "We can't just sit here waiting to die," she says, her voice trembling. "We have to destroy the script." Alex explains what he saw on the tape, warning that the script isn't just a document, it's alive, feeding off their fear. Mia refuses to listen. "I don't care how alive it is. We burn it, shred it, whatever it takes." But before they can act, the script appears on the table in front of them, seemingly out of thin air. New lines bleed onto the page, describing Mia's final moments. "No," she whispers, backing away. The lights flicker violently, and a chandelier above her snaps free, crashing down. Mia's body lies crumpled beneath the wreckage. The script lies untouched, as if mocking them. Only Alex, Evan, and Mia remain. Evan takes charge, claiming the only way to survive is to finish the film. "If we play our parts and let the story unfold, maybe it will stop," he argues. Alex balks. "You want us to just lie down and die? That's your plan?" Evan's voice is cold. "The script is in control, not us. Fighting it has only made things worse." Their argument is interrupted by a loud banging at the mansion's front door. Alex opens it cautiously, only to find a single envelope addressed to the cast of Dark Harvest. Inside is the original production contract, revealing a chilling clause. By signing on to the film, the cast unwittingly bound themselves to the script. Their fates have been sealed since the moment they agreed to take the roles. As the mansion descends into chaos, Alex makes a desperate decision. He grabs the script, determined to destroy it once and for all. Evan pleads with him to stop. "You don't understand what you're dealing with. If you destroy it, the story doesn't end. It just rewrites itself." Alex hesitates, torn between trusting Evan or taking matters into his own hands. The camera lingers on his trembling hands as he holds the script over a flickering candle. The scene cuts to black as Alex whispers, "No more running." The screen fades into Alex hovering over the flickering candle. The script inches from the flame. Evan pleads desperately from across the room. "You don't know what will happen. You'll destroy us all." But Alex's face is etched with fury. "I'm not letting some cursed script decide how I die." As Alex lowers the script toward the flame, the house trembles violently. Furniture topples, lights shatter, and the chandelier sways dangerously overhead. Just before the script catches fire, an unseen force wrenches it from Alex's hands and flings it across the room. The script lands perfectly upright on a nearby table, its pages flipping wildly. The words begin rewriting themselves faster than ever, glowing in blood-red ink. Evan whispers, "You've angered it." The house itself seems to come alive, mirroring the chaos within the script. Walls stretch unnaturally, doorways slam shut on their own, and the temperature plummets. The group realizes the mansion has become a prison, trapping them inside until the script's story reaches its conclusion. As Alex and Evan navigate the twisting corridors, they hear whispers in the walls, fragments of dialogue from the script that foretell their deaths. The whispers grow louder and more invasive, pushing Alex to the brink. Suddenly, Evan stops in his tracks, clutching his chest. He looks down to find a single word carved into his skin. "Final scene." "What does it mean?" Alex demands. Evan looks up, his face pale. It means I'm next. Determined to understand the script's power, Evan leads Alex to the mansion's library, where he suspects the cursed screenplay was originally written. The room is an eerie mix of old-world charm and sinister energy. Dusty typewriters, shelves of decaying books, and strange symbols etched into the walls. Evan begins piecing together the script's origins using notes left behind by Martin Vance, the film's original writer. The notes reveal a horrifying truth. Vance had summoned something ancient and malevolent to inspire his work, but the entity demanded blood sacrifices in return. When Vance refused, the script took control, twisting his words into a curse that doomed anyone involved. Evan turns to Alex. The only way to end this is to finish the story on its terms. If I can rewrite the ending, maybe we can survive. Before Alex can respond, the library's windows shatter and the shadows come alive. The dark force that Vance summoned begins to manifest, dragging Evan toward the typewriter. No! Alex shouts, grabbing Evan's arm. But Evan shakes his head, his voice calm despite the chaos. This was always going to happen. I have to finish it. As Evan types furiously, the shadows close in. He screams as the typewriter explodes in a burst of light, leaving only the sound of pages turning. When the dust settles, Evan is gone. Alex finds the typewriter's final page, stained with Evan's blood. It reads, "Alex must destroy the heart of the script." Alex follows cryptic clues left in the library to a hidden passage beneath the mansion. The air grows colder as he descends, the sound of the whispers growing deafening. At the bottom of the stairs, he finds an ancient room, its walls lined with candles that flicker in time with his heartbeat. In the center of the room lies the heart of the script, a pulsating blackened mass of paper and ink, tethered to the mansion by thick, sinewy roots. The room is suffused with an oppressive energy, making it hard to breathe. As Alex approaches the heart, the shadows take form, manifesting as the cast members who have already died. Lila, Mia, and Jason appear, their eyes empty and their movements unnatural. "You can't win," they whisper in unison. "The story demands an ending." Alex steels himself, grabbing a nearby iron rod. "Then I'll give it one." The shadows attack, and Alex is forced to fight for his life. Lila lunges at him with unnatural speed, her bloodied hands clawing at his throat. Jason throws furniture with inhuman strength, while Mia's hollow laughter echoes, disorienting him. Despite the odds, Alex fights back, using fire from a fallen candle to ward off the shadows. He swings the iron rod at the roots binding the script's heart, cutting through them one by one. Each strike sends shockwaves through the mansion, causing it to crumble around him. The shadows scream in agony, their forms flickering like static as Alex delivers the final blow. The heart erupts into flames, consuming the cursed pages in a blinding inferno. As the room collapses, Alex stumbles out, coughing and bloodied. The mansion groans as it implodes, burying the cursed script and its horrors beneath the rubble. Alex wakes up on the lawn outside the mansion, the early morning sun casting a pale light over the ruins. He looks down at his hands, half expecting to see blood or ink, but they're clean. The silence is deafening. He's alive. In the distance, he hears the faint sound of sirens approaching. As he stumbles away, he feels a strange sense of relief, but also a lingering unease. The script is destroyed, but its story remains unfinished in his mind. The final shot pans to a charred fragment of the script, sticking out from the rubble. The blood-red ink begins to rewrite itself, one word at a time, to be continued.